flat because they press calling, and then if they don't use the calling well, they go, oh, well, I'm not actually a champion. I'm not actually in this game anymore.
Well, we're into game number 1. GAM Esports taking on Team Secret. GAM, their destiny is already more or less sealed as of this game. They're not super worried about playoffs. They don't have to worry about qualifying. They're perfectly fine walking into the final week of games. Even if they take a loss here, they're not really that pressed about it. They know for a fact that they are one of the best teams in the league, so they're not going to worry all that much about having anything like that come about. And for Team Secret, again, needing one of these big kind of upset wins in the last few series that they have remaining in this split to save, even if this team doesn't get relegated, right? Which is definitely, I don't think it's possible for this team to get relegated. Even if you threw Hero, Kiang, Artifact, Eddie, and Zuhao into like the relegation tournament, I think you would be very hard pressed to find a VCS B team that could beat this squad. That being said, you don't want that pressure as Style just getting auto-attacked to death at the beginning of the game. Eddie and Zuhao getting very aggressive, not getting all that much off the engage, especially with the Ignite and the heal having been burnt in exchange for the exhaust. It's not great.
Yeah, the level 1 with the W start with this Zyra combo puts out a lot of hurt, and Lucian Army doesn't really come online until at least level 3 in terms of lane pressure, lane bullying, because you usually end up starting the W to try and get that cheeky first strike proc immediately, and that's not a very good skill for trading at all. But so Sin is gonna find himself in a bad situation. But Eddie's not too far back.
He's pretty far back, not able to help out Zuhao, whether that's Zuhao jumping too far forward or Eddie not having much. It might just be good game sense from Eddie. Honestly, the wave was kind of thinning out, and so there was more minions here for GAM. It would have been a really hard trade for them to take. And because of that, Xin actually baits Zuhao into taking a pretty bad health trade with no health pots left. He's going to have to recover just on base HP regen and no health potions, so Q is going to be necessary as well to kind of keep track of. But this gives level 3 priority over to GAM's bot lane, which, like you said, that is where the lane really starts to spike and really becomes a dangerous place for this Rakan and the Xayah to live in. So, well played. Again, if that was Zin's intention, or if that was miscommunication from Zuhao or Eddie or somebody along the lines here, got to give tons and tons of credit over to whoever's decision it was to make this happen. Because, again, Lucian Nami has not been the most successful duo here in the VCS, and yet pretty well played to start with as they're setting up for a Levi play.
Yeah, this might be a little bit too much. They're going to realize with the ward coming down that Kyung is in the area, so that should call off any aggression onto the bot lane. But that'll peter out quite fine, and we move sort of, if we can move our eyes across the map, we just sort of see it's going to be a lot of pressure from Kiaya and Cardi. They're going to have so much control in these lanes, especially early on. That Levi does get to just do what he wants. He's going to pick up that. He's not actually going to grab that scuttle, I think. Actually, no, he did get that scuttle bot lane. Yeah. Yes, so it is going to be double scuttle. The pixels looked a little bit weird with the amount of red wards around it. So
yes.
Yeah.
The defense was there to make sure Levi couldn't go for an invade, and because of that, it's throwing off our vision of which one's a ward and which one is the scuttle crab sitting in the middle of the river.
Yeah, but it's just a small advantage for now. It's just the one camp, but will potentially snowball into more. And if Cardi is good, times it right on this reset, he's gonna have that teleport in whenever he feels like it. Waits just a little bit longer for the boots. If Artifact steps up too far, it's so easy for Annie to set up the stun and the kill onto the Talia. And if you set the Talia behind, she can't roam as effectively. She can't try and punish her pushing Lucian Nami. And your bot lane's just going to fall further and further behind, and Galm's going to just be happily moving on to potentially to winning this game. And then if they win this game, if they win this series, they just lock first place. You can't, even if they lose every series from here on out,
they can't possibly lose it. Yeah, they just need the one win in their last couple of games to confirm first place yet again for GAM being one of our more dominant teams. And it's incredible because every single split, it feels like there's a different person who's taking like MVP props for this squad. And Levi's had an amazing split, but honestly, I think Kadi might be at the front runner for it, because Kadi has been electrifying this split. Really, because we were criticizing Cotty so many times over the last like probably year and a half, 2 years, multiple splits at least. I think the last split we backed off a little bit because he had a much better one. But for a while there, we were like, yeah, Cotty's just kind of he's the dunce of the team, right? Like he's the one that's not like crushing everybody. Okay, bit of an all in onto Artifact is Cotty, making a really solid play happen. Of course, Tibbers is going to get gunned down by the turret, not going to be able to have enough damage. Artifact shoved out a lane again. This time an anti-caster curses. Cotty's living up to the expectation.
Yeah, and with
Really
that
flash.
with that free bounce back of the Tibbers, it means Cotty gets a little bit more time to try and push the wave in. Young is lurking though. He might be spotted.
He got spotted, I think, right as he went for the W. Because of that, Cotty was able to space him properly. He does buy the wave here for Artifact, who could now back if he wanted to, but he's down over a wave worth of farm. Difficult kind of process. As much as actually Cotty's in a really bad position now if Yang is coming in. Never mind. It's out.
And now Zen's here.
Yeah, has to be a little bit careful. That's a nice little W actually. Okay, fake W. Oh, good stun afterwards. Yang wasn't ready for it. Double flash, getting out, and Yang's gonna die. Okay, Xin does pick up the kill, but at least First Blood does not go over to the Wukong as Cotty was able to properly bait on that one.
That was so, like, full effect.
Okay, Kyle, looking for the autos, he wins the 1v1 as Eddie almost got him with that. Has to flash away to make sure that there's no cleanup kill by Zhu Hao. But it literally just gets out without too much of an issue right there.
Yeah, just exhaustive there, just eking it out. If that exhaust doesn't come down, Eddie wins by a mile, I think.
Well, hold on a minute. That exhaust was awful. It was a terrible exhaust. He got exhausted like 2 autos worth of damage instead of the E that got pulled through it.
Look, I'm just saying he got the W, he got the extra damage off the auto attack.
Yes, absolutely. But that was really sad because Kang was so close to getting it. 1 Q would have definitely been the death there. Okay, watch this. Come on, Style. You're better than this.
So man, I don't know. Like, I'm pretty
right here, drop the exhaust right there. The exhaust is so late. It was 2 autos.
3. You got 3 autos. Any more autos, any less than that exhaust, and he would have died. So
okay, now Kiaya getting run down, able to be brought down by Kiang as he's able to put some pressure into Hero on the top side. I think this is the right play as well. I actually really like this. Setting up the Malphite for a bit of success in the laning phase, getting some armor stacking, breaking Hero out a little bit would be helpful to help access the rest of the map, as again, there's a lot of squishy members here for Hero to go jumping on.
Yeah, and plus you get to turn that straight into a Rift Herald. It's going to get traded on the other side of the map as a lot. But a bit of damage coming out from the culling. It's not quite going to be as effective yet. I think Style is my favorite AD carry because he is not rushing the bloody Dirk when he doesn't need to. You don't need to. It's just a waste of 1100 gold. Just buy your Gale Force faster and have the ability to kill.
Alternatively,
more damage went with the active.
Alternatively, buy the early Dirk and then buy Yubu's and then just build full lethality illusion, which is way cooler because you do a lot of damage, big upfront damage. Yeah.
But since we're all ending on the first strike and Leva's in a situation.
He just pops a Q at Levi and says, "Get out of here, you!" And just that's the door hitting Levi's ass on the way out. Right there is what it was. This Hero is saying, "Get out of the jungle. We're not doing this." And believe it or not, he actually loses nothing because he's going to walk back to top and probably catch the majority of the wave that's being pushed in by Kiaya. As Artifact getting run up by Tibbers, this is not the first time we've seen this. I don't think it's going to work. It's not going to work. Cotty twice now has done the exact same thing to Artifact. Both times Artifact's suffering. This time Kiang's not here to bail him out on the wave, which means that Cotty's going to be able to shove this big wave in. Get probably 2, maybe 2.5 waves worth of advantage on this tower. Not going to stick around for plate though. I don't worry that Kiang is going to show up here.
Yeah, and it's the one kids of GAM that split Levi and Cotty just completely stiffing their opposition right here. There's an assist for each. Maybe I killed Levi.
Levi's got no ult. It's a really solid ultimate from Artifact to be able to find that. And now here's Zhu Hao. That's a second ultimate burnt in the midst of everything. All right, so good roam, good pick onto Levi. He was in the jungle. He grabbed up the Scuttle Crab, and that was about it. As Kiaya now on the top side has free reign into Hero, knowing that there's no jungle support for the Malphite on the top side here. And Hero just getting away with the Q, just pops it and gets that extra move speed, runs away.
Yeah, well, sorry, Levi. I'm sorry I said anything, but as the cast curse comes through, and now it's going to be a crash off the rift over into mid lane, just trying to give Artifact anything, because as on the other hand, Cardi is still doing a pretty monstrous job at destroying Artifact, getting up a couple of waves, gonna clean these minions up with ease, give them that disintegrate, so Artifact's just trying to find his way to unleash himself from lane. The luckiest, the best control ward he'll ever buy comes out there. Actually, there's no Tibbers, so it was okay. Artifact was probably fine. Probably safe, but he didn't want to lose a good chunk of health.
Oh, wow. Well, he lost a good chunk of health anyways. Cotty has Tibbers available, which means if Artifact sticks around, then like easily could be comboed to death if Cotty is particularly vicious. Zhu Hao is here for a little bit of defense, but there's a lot of members. As Kiang knows Levi is there. He's standing on top of a ward. Now Kiang looking for the fight. Actually gets a massive win over top of Levi. I don't know what that was. Levi falls really short of the damage right there comparatively to Kiang, who pops the Cyclone and goes crazy with this completed Sunderer. Is now the rest of these two supports sticking around just for some additional wave control, making sure nothing crazy is going to continue. Oh, Zhu Hao goes in on top of Cotty. Is going to bring down Cotty as well. Zhu Hao is able to bring him down as Team Secret striking back pretty well in this game. A lot of the roam from Zhu Hao and Kiang have done quite a bit of work.
Yeah, GAM just completely fumbling it. They don't really check the items on Kiang, and also Cotty just wastes his stun onto the clone after the for the Wukong. Style's gonna get a lot of free time on these towers because of the roam, but it's not the end of the world. It is kind of just Illusion. I'm not as concerned about Illusion getting fed as a Jinx or an Aphelios perhaps, but it's still gonna be an issue. It's still gonna be a problem that Kiang is gonna have to deal with.
And notably, they're kind of going on to him right now. Now Zhu Hao's going to get on top. Eddie's going to have a chance. Exhaust is going to go down. His Style still able to sneak away. Ultimate's going to get dropped on the other side to try to win the back end of the fight. Drops enough damage into Eddie, be a little bit risque. Xin is still here for some additional sustain as well, as that was a full engage coming out from the TS bot lane. And just the exhaust from Style, once again, saving his life and being able to get him out of dodge really quickly.
Yeah, and that was Team Secret playing a little bit safe. They could have dumped could have tried to dump the Featherstorm into him and try to get the flashback clap back after the culling sort of come out, but no, that's not going to happen. Kia's going to keep trying to trade with Hero, and it's going to work mostly. He's got a lot of pressure. He's gotten a couple of plates for himself. He's just quietly winning this matchup, as is to be expected somewhat. But Hero's keeping it as close as he can. He's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, Hero's doing a great job right now. When it comes to tank versus like non-tank matchups in the VCS, a lot of times our tanks ends up falling behind. And pretty much the only person who's made it work effectively, consistently, has been Yoshino over the entirety of the split. And outside of that, it's like every once in a while you'll get very good performances kind of scattered about with like Cassante and other champions like that, but it's not consistent at all. This is the first matchup that we've seen that like Hero is kind of in. He's got the tank and he's playing up against the Jax. He's feeling fine right now as the game goes in. Here comes Kiaya down the river. No TP from Hero means he's not going to be at this fight. GAM just has kind of complete control of this. If Team Secret wants a fight, they're going to end up in a 5v4 after just a little bit more time, as Kiaya is almost here.
Yeah, I think they've finally recognized where Kiaya is going to be and just say, no, it's not even worth sending Kiang in to try and get the steal. So that's going to pass off, and Hextech Dragon will spawn. This is nice for the side of GAM. This means they're close to a very strong objective, very strong soul. But Team Secret are going to keep trying. They're going to try and punish this overreach.
Ooh,
there it is.
Okay, there we go. A little bit of action as they go onto the bot lane here. GAM able to dump a bit of damage into Kiang. That's one going now. Now Style wants to turn and try to find some additional damage. Zhu Hao going to be dancing around a little bit as Levi's going to be able to pick up number one. Going to have the Wukong now, best champion here in the VCS, as every jungler wants it. He's going to have his chance to play it here in this game, but instead, just going to have to back off as there's too much damage out of Artifact still to remain. It's just a 1-for-1. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. 1-for-1, but you got the kill back onto Levi. You gave
Levi walks through.
Got him a bit of a shutdown onto Kion. They don't catch. He doesn't push in too deep, but this is a good attempt. But the wave does a good job at sort of forestalling and giving Style the space to flash and buy enough time for Levi to join in and if Levi's not there, maybe they can continue on to kill him with Suhao joining, but that doesn't happen, and Suhao gets to just run away alongside Artifact as Levi converts the kill onto the monkey.
It's been a very quiet game coming out here from GAM against TS, but GAM has been able to turn around a lot of the plays that TS has been looking for to make it happen. Because again, bottom lane has been aggressed against, I think, 3 times, and Style has yet to yield to even an ounce of the pressure that's come about. As here, Rift Trail being taken, GAM willing to take the fight. TS is here in full. Oh, that's bad. That's Zuhao just dying with absolutely no recompense at all. Eddie's putting some damage into Tibbers, but that's about it. That's all that you've got right here as response. Notably, also, the Jax is keeping the Malphite away from the rest of the lane. His hero is down about half his health bar. Ki just maintaining that Malphite's place, as Levi should be able to solo this and walk away pretty freely.
Yeah, Suhao just got instantly deleted, and GAM's gonna pick that one up for free, and with the pressure setup, they can probably drop that mid and crack that most of the way. They can always get guaranteed by dropping it in the bot lane, of course, and maybe even top lane. I think Ki got it low enough that with plates down, it should be one Rift Tower push should easily pick up that top tower. So Levi just kind of spoiled for choice right now, and just need to see where he decides to end up. Right now, we've reached the spot where Artifact can actually drastically outshove the Annie and start controlling the side lane. So now GAM has to be a lot smarter with their plays, but they still can't quite kill me.
On to Xin, gets a bubble, doesn't hit the right one. Now Levi wants to try to help out here. Zin's still alive, but that's going to be a kill going down for Kiang with that red buff, I believe is what actually ended up doing it. Levi trying to dodge out on Artifact's damage. Kadi's here for just a little bit of support. Stun's going to come through. They're going to try to find some amount of damage. Zuhao's going to come in on the other side. Eddie now supporting TP coming in from the rest of the map. This is actually double TP. Flank on the other side from Style does a decent amount of damage. Artifact is on the other side. Going to have to avoid the stun, but he doesn't actually get to. He's going to have to continue leaving. His GAM is going to lose this team fight handily.
GAM? Stop walking in one at a time is what I would have to say, and yeah, that was a decision. Jax is going to sit here, and maybe with how low Eddie is, they don't end up getting this tower because they can't quite push up.
Somehow he held.
But yeah, so they're not going to get the tower, but they got more than enough in the kills. I feel like so they don't actually break the gold lead open, but just. This is a pick. It's a good pick from the side of Team Secret. Levi misses the ultimate, the stun, and then backs off. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Kadi gets a stun, but you leave it there. The stun is just so they don't follow up on Levi, but then Levi goes in for no reason. Gets killed. Yeah. And then it's Styles' turn to get killed. And it's kind of just a miracle that Jax didn't get killed. But that was a really even so that was a dumb dash from Style, because you know the mines are going to come out alongside that seismic charge, so don't dash towards the Talia, because then you're definitely getting stunned, and he got stunned and he got killed, and at least they have a Rift Herald to bring the gold back.
That they do. There are 2 dragons, and they bring the gold back again to about 1,000, but the team fighting from Team Secret with Malphite and Wukong can really do quite a bit of damage, as you saw in that last one. They didn't connect those pieces, but the team fighting abilities are here for the squad. Not to mention, Eddie still has, again, when you can drop feathers across targets that are knocked up for a long period of time, Artifact can punish a lot of members for a long period of time. Kiang has a ridiculous amount of damage as well, is on completed Sunder and getting close to the Black Cleaver as well. Gonna get stuck up by Kiang. Here's Artifact and Kiang looking for Levi. Stuck up. They're baited by the Wukong clone. As there goes Levi. Flash over the wall. Tries to find some kill. Ultimate from Styles. Not going to accomplish anything right here. As Ki is going to look for Artifact. Can't quite find the stun either. They're just a little bit shorted on the play. Basically entirely. Wraparound from Kadi. Is going to find Kiang very easily. That's Style who gets the kill. Going to pick 2 up actually. As Malphite's going to ult the Lucian. Is going to bring that one down. Now into the backline goes Zuhao, who doesn't have the damage to actually make anything happen. Ki is going to go down here to Zuhao and Heroes combination. And Xin is now stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to bait out Zuhao's dash, but it's not going to be the case. Instead, want to try to run towards the tower, give the kill to somebody else. Not going to happen as Eddie picks that one up. And GAM, again, with a really, really terrible team fight, ends up losing out and probably loses the Dragon for it as well.
Yes, they're just trying to chase kills. They're sort of doing the opposite of what Team upset what Cerberus was doing in that last game. They're just
Yes.
they see someone and they're like, oh god, okay, we are killing this person and we are committing everything to do so. Like you put in a lot to kill Kiang and Artifact, and you sent them packing to the tower. That's good. That's fine. Just go back and take the dragon. You get the objective. You get soul point at 20 minutes. That's huge. That's a massive advantage you can work around and apply the pressure properly. But yeah, GAM are definitely playing it fast and loose. They're definitely not taking this as seriously as they perhaps could have, and this could give Team Secret the angle to win the game if they keep this up. I mean, they're still getting advantages because they're just kind of outlaning, finding way more farm on the map, but they're giving up so many free kills for no real reason, and if they keep doing that, it's bound to backfire eventually, especially now Baron is a viable option.
Oh, Kiai is dead, probably. I mean, he might have a chance to survive. Kiang wants to go back in. He's going to do it with the Cyclone. And yeah, now Kiai is going to die. It felt like that one counter-strike was sufficient for them to get pushed off. But now they got multiple auto-attackers. They're going to try at the Baron. Kadi is here as well, just to try to dissuade anybody from showing up on the backside of the pit. Does get spotted out by a ward drop down by Zuhao. Because of that, I think they have to walk away from the Baron buff. It was bold in the first place just to call it, thinking that it would be any kind of win to come in from the side of GAM. So I respect that they are respecting Team Secret on the backside of this play.
Yeah, there was a teleport available from Hero. I think they had that tracked, and as soon as it was up, they're like, "Oh, actually, wait, we can't do this. We can't even if we get the Baron, they'll just kill the rest of us. They'll corral us with the Weaver's Wall and knock us down." And so they just back off. They just end up giving away that kill for free. Now it's a Divine Thunder for Levi. He went for the Black Cleaver first, which is a bit of an interesting choice, but either way, he's now pretty much on item parity with Kiang, who has 6 kills. But he's dropped a little bit of farm, so that's given Levi the ability to catch up.
I think in this game, 3rd item spike for Lucian is going to be huge for GAM, because Style has been able to make dives happen onto Eddie and Zuhao and Artifact over the course of the entire game. The issue is getting through Hero and Kiang, and so I think if I'm Style, I want that to continue, because I'm like, okay, I don't care about hitting Malphite, I don't care about hitting Wukong, I want to kill the other damage dealers first. And while Hero and Kiang have a lot of upfront damage, once those ultimates are down, the turn immediately from like Kadi, from Xin, and some of these other members is going to be easy enough for them to kind of make happen. So, not to mention, it means that Levi, if he goes ulting into the backline to help out the Lucian, you then pick up, like, you pick up Talia, you pick up Zaya, you pick up one of these other members, and then you're able to do quite a bit more inside a fight, so it's that assassination attempt. But so far, they just haven't been able to find that angle to kill off one of the members of the backline of Team Secret to be able to set up this fight at all. Instead, it's like Hero comes in late, Kiang comes in early, Kiang's ultimate does quite a bit, and then Hero kind of cleans up the fight afterwards, and it's doing quite a bit for this Team Secret squad.
Yeah, and it's also the assassination attempts are just being further delayed. Weaver's Wall not going to connect the way they hoped. As GAM gets to escape, but his Hero...
big ultimate actually doesn't tag a lot of members at all. The wave afterwards also gorgeous for GAM as they catch that engage for a mile away, and somehow out of nowhere, GAM is ridiculous. They drop Eddie to basically no health. He's got nowhere to go. He does end up flashing out the backside of the fight, but Kiaya is just cleaning up on that side. Now it is Kiang who is ruining the other side of the fight for this squad. Tibbers out means that it's going to be difficult to bring down the Annie. I think Kiang actually might be stuck in a really bad position here. Does end up getting crit. One spell's all that's needed for Kadi to try to set this up. That's the rivalize. That's the Q. And out after getting over the wall, vision's broken. Nothing else to have. Kiang, do not stick around for this, please. Thank you. Not going to worry about it too much, as that's going to be the end of the fight. Finally, GAM found something, but Kiang is a hero for diving that backline.
Yeah, absolute menace. And now he's got Zuhao on the backside.
Kiang is...
Delayed Penta? Okay, no. Delayed Quadra.
Delayed Quadra for sure. That was a brain rattler for sure, as I'm not sure why it was that Kadi felt the need to go contesting a Krug camp away from a very powerful Wukong. But with the reset timers being so much later, they're just going to walk at Baron, which is a well-warranted Baron. A lost fight from Team Secret ends up being exactly the tempo you're looking for. His Hero kind of jumps directly into Levi, wanting to cancel this out, wanting to try to prevent them from getting into the split. Now Levi's going to be behind the pit.
Levi!
Okay. E comes in, prevents them from approaching anytime soon. Oh my goodness, Hero found... with the ultimate. He's able to get there. Now Levi could potentially ult over top of the Baron wall and look for something. It's not going to happen. It's completely disrupted. Zuhau's able to clean it up, and now the back of the pit is something you have to pay a lot of attention to. His Styles got a bunch of people corralled in here. Artifact is going to look to go down, but too much damage traded back on Styles. He's going to go back into the Gale Force, and he finds two. Kadi's addition into this fight with the team P was massive, as GAM is going to walk away with a fight win. After the Baron buff, only one slips out as Kiang is able to walk away, but two full fights in a row around this Baron buff here, Mobby.
They found, and they can reward themselves with a dragon, but this is first a beautiful flash, a beautiful wave to deny Zuhao and Hero. This turns out insane. It's really just Kiang finding this angle here to just delete Styles in and eventually Levi. That saves it from being an instant turn onto the Baron as well by GAM. Then they come back, then they try and get it as, okay, we don't actually have Levi, so they want to be safe. They
do not. Ultimate from Hero is going to do quite a bit of damage on the Style. Now Style has to fight against this Malphite that is massive on the front line, getting away, but that means that traded off his Ki on the other side. Artifact's going to go jumping in to try to find at least another kill. Levi's there to break that crown, but that's about it, as the Dragon's going to go back to the side of Team Secret, as now Kiang versus Levi is going to be here. Has the support of Kadi if he wants it, but unfortunately Zuhao on that angle means that Kadi has to leave, as that's 3 members of GAM going down in exchange for the Dragon. Team Secret playing like a team possessed right now.
They didn't even get the Dragon. It's
no, they didn't.
Team Secret that pick it up. They've got the Baron. They've still got the Baron on 2 members. They can just push down south.
Big play now. Styles gonna try to set something up. He slips around the edge. He's able to get onto Kiang. Fortunately, not enough here for Kadi. Kadi tries to find the play, but Kiang able to slip out. This team way too defensive. Burning that ultimate, burning Zuhao's W, and able to get out just by the skin of their teeth right there. Felt like a very dangerous situation.
GAM constantly pushing to try and find something with just pockets of members. When they're grouped up as 5, they are absolutely crushing these engagements. Around Baron, twice they smashed it, but there around the Dragon, they sort of had a 3v5, and then just their Kadi and Style, even though they win the situation, they don't have quite enough damage to convert it into a kill. So every time Team Secret is walking away just a little bit more in the bank. Now we're seeing Eddie. He's going to catch up pretty much to Styles with this back. It feels like it's on a knife's edge. Even though GAM are just playing kind of insane, they're just never backing down. Team Secret are catching extremely well. And Kiang is giga-fed on this Wukong.
There's the massive problems that arise. Yeah, there's massive problems that arise in a game like this, and one of them is like, first off, Kiang is just insanely strong. The Wukong is just a full carry at this point without any...
full buy
a Guardian Angel? Yes, I believe he did. Yes.
Okay.
He might have had the chain vest, but he very nearly bought the entire Guardian Angel basically on this back. But the other problem is GAM has no tank busting power right now. Like, the closest you've got is Annie and maybe a little bit from like from Levi on the Viego. But who actually kills Hero? I don't think anyone can kill this guy, like, legitimately. We saw him dive onto Style in the previous fight. LDR is going to be the next item as well for this solution, but I just don't know that saves him, because even with Hero ults and he gets half of his health bar removed, the fight afterwards never goes in his fashion because he has no sustain, and right now he has no ability to get through that armor. And so Hero just feels like it's a completely free circumstance in most of these team fights as well. Artifact going to try to cut off the remainder of this team from the defense of the tower. That's exactly what's going to happen. Kadi flashes the wall to do what exactly? I don't know. Tries to pop the other. Actually gets an insane ultimate! What in the world? They knew it was coming, and they saw it for so long. Now, 2 divers on both sides. Kiang has to flash out the opposite side. Kiang is going to go down at the front end of the fight. Now a fight afterwards. Can they get anything else? Can they find anything? Slipping in. Here goes Levi. Trying to find additional kills. He's going to get Reset City for years. Kiang gets to jump in as well. It's 3 kills now for GAM underneath of their tower. They're going to keep chasing. They're going to look for something. Bubble's going to come out. Eddie has to walk away. Now Levi's going to get sped up so he can try to find something. Ultimate's going to come through. Tries to find something. TP into the rest of the fight. Now Eddie's going to go down to Kadi. And another kill as all 5 members of Team Secret go down to GAM.
It should have been a disaster with what Kadi did, but now GAM at full control. They're going to pick up 2 towers. Maybe they could even pick up that 3rd one. I mean, surely not with the death timers, but that's such a huge swing. And this Weaver's Wall and this attempt from Kadi, It just sort of flashes into the bit between the wall and the tower, so he can't do anything properly. Hero buys a lot of space, but the wave buys enough time that they can't follow up on Hero. Cardi can actually come out of stasis and drop the Tibbers, and then Kiyoung is just in too deep. And then Levi gets to become the monkey. Levi gets to become the rock. He gets to be whatever he wants. And with the chase down, they send Style up the mid lane to convert because they know they don't need him to pick up these 2 kills. And just so much gold.
And what's crazy about that fight is the reason why Cody went flashing forward is because Eddie was actually within Q range, and Eddie insta-ulted the second that Cody flashed over top of the wall because he thought he was just going to get absolutely nuked by Cody. And then they clustered back together. Like 3 members ended up getting caught in a Tibbers that never should have hit them because they knew where Cody was. They were watching him the whole time. It's like if 3 people were to walk on top of Echo inside of Zonia's and then he just presses his ultimate and nukes 3 people. Feels completely unnecessary. Nonetheless, GAM has wrestled their way back into a team fight, a winning team fight situation. Now Levi has, Guardian Angel, a lot more resources available for this squad. Lord Dom's finish for the Lucian feels a lot harder to full win this team as, okay, here comes Kiyoung, finds a great engage. Double engage. Wave is going to be great counter engage, though. They don't even get on a Style. Who's going to be able to rip through Hero? That's 1 person going down. Cody on the other side of the fight. He's also got 1. Kiyoung is the only one remaining that can try to put out damage here as Team Secret is slowly winning the fight little by little. Cody's trying to help carry through and do as much as he can, but it just isn't enough. There's 1. There's 2 going down as Cody's been able to clean up a little bit on the backside. 3 now as Tibbers brings down an additional. Zin has to run for his life, but if he can make it out, it is just a 2 for 2. Oh, ultimate from Artifact, he baits him. Oh, Zin. Oh, no. Zin knew he is no way out. As it's a 4 for 5 here. A big win for Team Secret once again as their engagement got thwarted, but somehow winning on the back end of the fight. And now, Dragon going over to this team as well.
Yeah, the thing is, GAM does not have real counter engage. You trying to get Cardi in there, but Cardi did not have a great position to counter Tibbers. And it just meant that Kiai went in sort of alone and got popped, and Kiyoung is just so fed right now, and Hero is tanky enough that these 2 in the backline alongside Suhao are just going to do so much more. We see here, it's a good start from GAM. The wave, the dash away, but Hero just soaks an entire culling, and it's fine. The Artifact and Eddie are completely safe on the backline to kill Levi. They kill Kiaya, and Cardi just does not get involved. He's dropped his Tibbers in, and he's trying to do as much from afar, but he gets 2 basically exit kills, but that's not enough. That's not enough. They can't re-engage after they thwart Secret effectively.
Mm-hmm. And I think a big part of this game is still just that Kiyoung is running things. He's so powerful. He does as he pleases inside of teamfights, and there's not really much for you to be able to do about it. I mean, right there is the Cyclone and then the re-counter engage on the Cyclone. As soon as Hero and Zuhao went in and kind of missed ultimates, Kiyoung saved the last second of the Cyclone and then just went in, and they were not expecting that massive buff of damage against their team. And so GAM lost a bunch of members, lost a bunch of divers all at once, and nobody was able to respond. So it gives up 3rd Dragon to Team Secret. We're at 33 minutes, Bobby. Game's basically dead even at this point. This is a wild way. I didn't think this is how the game was going to go. But here we are, Team Secret fighting tooth and nail with GAM for their playoff lives.
GAM was meant to be on Soul Point 3 Dragons ago. They had almost taken it, but because they didn't have Levi, they had to pull off, and then they lost the ensuing fight, and it's been a major kerfuffle ever since. Cardi is still just sitting on a ward. Finally, a control ward gets dropped down, but
okay.
They should know he's...
Big flank from
They know he's
Kiyoung.
still there.
Style has to be super careful. Style's going to slip out. He's not going to get away from multiple ultimates, though he's still alive somehow in the midst of everything. As that's going to be a bubble on the other side of the fight. Eddie is getting brought down. That's Kiai who's able to get the response kill. Of course, Levi's going to go down for it as well. And Cody, it just cannot access damage. It's just Kiai in the middle. Everybody at the moment has to go into zonies just to live for a little bit longer. But I don't think they have the damage. Kiai slipped out! Somehow he was able to get away for at least a 10th of a second right there as Artifact tried to clean him up. Kiai still has Guardian Angel. There's no way that Team Secret's going to lose this fight.
Yeah.
As Team Secret might now have the ability to walk at Baron very easily. There's no ultimate available, I don't think, for Cody. He's going to have to wait probably another 30, 40 seconds before that ultimate's back up. And because of that, this should just be a free Baron. Team Secret haven't had to have too much problem. Another insane game from Kiyoung. who has been impressing us so much as this rookie jungler addition to this Team Secret squad. There's a reason why Penguin hasn't been back in. It's because this guy's an absolute chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Calling all the shots, even though Style can get away from his engage, it leaves him open to Hero. They're coordinating, they're staggering it.
What are you gonna do, Cody?
This is Cody's push.
Okay.
This is his bush. This is his bush now.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten a new bush. This one's bigger.
Okay, he's gonna wait. I think maybe he's trying to catch out Kiang. No, okay. Levi's gonna come and ruin the whole process here. That's Cody. He's gonna be able to stop everything from coming through. Yeah. Cody is insanely powerful. He's got a ridiculous amount of damage. You saw Kiaya also pop off in that fight, but it just doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. Like, Kiang is just doing so much work in the back. Like, Style can't access the rest of the fight. Style is necessary as one of these primary damage dealers. Levi's not doing all that much with this build. Kiaya only just now started coming online, but even he has to be worried about being blown up by the majority of the team. So it's got to be Style's damage that's the missing component inside of this one. As Engage goes in, Cody gets pulled up by the rest of the team, only at half health here, as they're going to go in on top of him. They're going to look for something. Ultimate goes down as Tippers does a decent amount of damage, but that's about it. And it's just the one kill, as that's going to be Team Secret finding one of the most fed members here on GAM Esports to be able to pull off one of their big team fighters as well as they push up bot lane.
They were sick of Cardi always getting away from the team fights alive, so this time they're going to kill him first. The huge wall should cut off GAM, let this inhibitor fall for free. Jax is trying to split push on the side wave, but there's more than enough wave clear from the side Hero that it's just kind of useless to pick. It's an inhibitor. It's in time for this next dragon, and this is the soul. Oh my god, GAM has just let this slip completely through their fingers. And they have no control over it now. Hero is just untouchable. Kyung is just so strong right now.
Yes. It's going to deliver quite a bit. This dragon is going to go over. There's not even an approach. Yeah, Hero is just standing in the way like a mountain, insurmountable, unable to be climbed by GAM. So not able to do much. TP into the mid lane, actually, to make some sort of hold happen. I guess worrying maybe that there's a fight to come through. Styles pretty low on mana, actually. It lost a ridiculous amount of his health to Artifact right there. For no reason other than just was taking too much damage. Does Hero blind? Yeah, I think I was like, is he going to blind ult into the brush? Because he will just kill Style, and the game will be over if that's the case. As this ultimate makes it near impossible to get away from this team. Like this, or my apologies, this soul point, this Hextech soul is going to make it impossible to get away from a fight. GAM has to be 100% ready for a 5-on-5, otherwise they just lose on the spot, and there's nothing that can be done here. As that's Team Secret, again, using the Talia wall to be able to wall off yet another tower, grab another inhibitor, as GAM on their last breaths. I said it before, Mobby. I don't want to believe that GAM can be beaten by Team Secret in a series or even a game without them literally taking the Nexus, but they're making a damn convincing case here in this first game.
Yeah, every time they push up to the tower, you just have Artifact pretending to be that annoying person with the acoustic guitar. Anyway, he has Weaver's Wall, drops in front of GAM, and they get annoyed and can't do a damn thing about it. And they need to find an angle. They need to get Cardi onto the backline so he can just blow up Zeddy. But now Zeddy has that Bloodthirster. He's still a Zyre on top of that. So Cardi can't do a damn thing. It's always Team Secret calling the engages on their turn.
They find something. No, Levi takes a bit of damage, gets pushed back into everything. The wave comes out from Xin to try to make some counter engage happen. Underneath the tower is everybody on Team Secret. Actually, Kiang took quite a bit of damage on the front end of this, but Ash going into Cyclone is going to get popped. No, actually is going to get popped. Ends up going, not on the other side. Tibbers on the other side of the fight was trying to put some amount of work in. Nobody on GAM goes down. Nobody on Team Secret goes down, but their base is in complete disarray. Have to go fix that. I thought somebody was going to drop. Somebody's Guardian Angel was going to get dropped, but it just never happened during the course of that fight as both teams just walk away now.
Yeah, I was expecting it. Levi went into Guardian Angel and Hero got extremely low. I was waiting for that instant turnaround when Levi revives, but Hero escapes by the skin of his teeth. And it just means that GAM just lose the bot lane inhibitor that can't... bot lane Nexus tower, sorry. They lose the inhibitor turret on top. They save the inhibitor, but that's not really much. Baron is in a minute and a half. They have to find a way to stabilize, find a pick onto Team Secret before then to try and rush their way into the Baron themselves. And that's still with the threat of these super minions pushing in and the back door open.
All right. Team Secret's perfectly comfortable just kind of pushing up here and allowing everything. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Once again.
That's Artifact has done a good job with it. They've done an amazing job setting up their battle line and just saying, hey, you're not going to cross this. There's no way for you to do so safely. We have ways to engage on you. And now, in come the minion waves. In come the siege minions. Can GAM make the miraculous hold? Or will Team Secret start on their playoff run with a big upset win over top of GAM to begin with? Great shove onto Levi is going to shut them out. Everything else coming together. Hex Tech Soul is doing work here as well. Flash in from Cotty trying to find something. Goes on to Artifact. Can't quite find the damage. And now Annie's going to go down. Hero on the other side of the fight is getting run down by Style. Levi trying to find something as well. It's not going to happen. Big Bubble is going to do something, but it doesn't matter. Kiaya gets a 3-person stun. There's just no damage from GAM to be able to do anything against this squad. And because of that, Team Secret full team wipe. And they are taking game number 1, Mobby.
And it turned out that today is going to be the day that GAM throws it back to Team Secret.